Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's game time here, and today I want to talk about something that's important to a lot of us. Whether you choose to sell your cards or trade or whatever, if you're a collector, most likely at some point you're going to need to ship a card. As you know, shipping can be very expensive, so I'm going to show you some tips that I use to try to save money on shipping. The most economical way to ship a single card is just through what you'll see on eBay. People say PWE, plain white envelope, and you can just stick a card in a plain white envelope. But I go to the thrift store and buy bags of greeting cards in bulk. I can get a couple of hundred of these for like $3, and this just gives a little extra layer of protection for your card when you ship it. Yes, people probably think I'm crazy getting a Christmas card from me in the middle of summer, but I'm doing it in the name of protecting their card. Okay, so what are you going to put into this? Well, there are a couple of options here. There is the Card Saver 1, which will obviously hold small regular size, but will also hold a thicker game used relic card. There's the Card Saver 2, which is more designed for standard size cards. These are both flexible. If you put these into an envelope and ship the envelope, there is a chance the card's going to get bent. I don't really recommend these for plain white envelope shipping unless you can find some way, something rigid, maybe a a dummy card, maybe to slip in here. But you've got to be careful because you won't be able to ship with a single stamp. If your envelope becomes more than 1/4 of an inch thick, you're going to have to pay the $266 upgrade shipping. So you want to keep it as thin as possible. One thing you can do, if you want to just use 2 stamps and you want to send 2 different cards, put them side by side, keep them flat. Keep this as flat as you can possibly keep it. If you put this in an envelope and weigh it, it'll be around 2 ounces. You can put 2 stamps on there, maybe even a little bit less. If you buy, the non-50 cent or whatever they are now stamps. Keep it thin and you'll be able to ship it like this. And that's pretty sturdy. But most of the time you're probably shipping 1 card, or you may be shipping 1 card. When I do that, this is what I do personally. Again, I'm making these videos, but I'm open to any tips that anybody might have. I put it in a top loader. Put a piece of tape. I also put this into I found these thin bags actually. Let me grab one. Hang on. Sorry about that. I should have been prepared. I found these on eBay. These are absolutely the perfect size to really tightly fit a standard top loader. You can also get a 55 point into this. This closes off the top. Your card can make it to the top, but it can't make it any further than that. I still like to tape. But lately I've been getting requests from eBay buyers saying they don't want any tape on their package at all. And so that leaves me with just this. So I put it into this bag. These are really cheap, by the way, these bags. Peel, stick. Once I've done that, I put it into the card. And then I tape it into place to keep it just from shaking around. I just take some regular tape, put some here, here, wherever you want, to keep it in place so it doesn't shift around a ton. Just try to minimize the damage as much as possible. Slap it into the envelope, address it, throw a stamp on there, you're good to go. You can do this for about 50 cents plus the stamp plus the cost of obviously your top loader and the bag. These are cheaper than top loaders, but if you're shipping a ton of cards and you don't want to give a ton of refunds, you're selling cards, you probably don't want to go this route. Not in a standard envelope. Okay. Now let's go to, let me move these. Yeah, these are absolutely great. I end up sending out birthday cards. You don't even know. I have one of the things that came in my bag were postcards, so I just double those up and stick them in this envelope. So you've got Christmas mixed with, I guess, spring. I don't know. Anyways, again, it's all done in the name of protecting the cards. Next up, if you do ship a bunch of cards, you're going to have to upgrade to labels. One way, if you want to save time, pay up for these sticky labels. There's 2 per sheet. I know this just looks like a big white blob. You just peel and stick. You may have to trim it a little bit, but this is the most convenient method. If you want to save money, just print it on a piece of paper. Just a regular piece of paper, and then you can even just fold it or cut it. Put it onto the envelope. Take your clear tape, tape over several times to hold it into place, and you're good to go. One thing you can do, I should back up, is you can use a manila envelope to ship game use cards with stamps. For that, I would still use this. I would still put the card into the holder, tape it in, put it in this, drop it, this whole thing, into the manila envelope, tape it close, and put 2 stamps. With a game use, you're going to need 2 stamps. If you try to ship with 1 stamp, there's going to be a chance that it's returned to you. How do you know? You need a postal scale. This will tell you, I've had this one for since the 90s. That's why it looks like hell, but it still works very well. Looks like I've even got coffee on it. Yeesh, I should have cleaned it before I made the video. But anyways, if you weigh your envelope, you'll see, is it 1 ounce or 2 ounce, and then you're going to know. Once you're selling a bunch of cards, it gets tougher to save money. At that point, you just have to start thinking about card security. One option is I buy these, I think this is a 200 count box. Matter of fact, this is loaded with cards that I'm shipping out, and you can hear nothing because I have wrapped them in bubble wrap and then put packing peanuts. You want to make sure the cards shift around as little as possible. If they've paid a good bit for their card or cards, I suggest going with the priority mail. This is a small flat rate box. It's worth it sometimes. It gets the card there fast. It gets it secure. Again, you can use peanuts, whatever, bubble wrap to make sure everything is as secure as possible. I guess that's about it. I think I've covered everything. I think the biggest point I wanted to make is that you can do single cards. You can just stick it in a plain white envelope, but again, if you can get your hands on these, even if you want to pay up, you can get like 10 of these, just standard greeting cards at the dollar store, and it helps add a little bit of, security. And really, it just helps save money. A lot of buyers do not want to pay $3 to ship one card that's worth $1, and I don't blame them. So I have forfeited my eBay top rated status, to help the collector. They want the card. They don't want to pay that much shipping. Well, I'm going to send it to you in this. And most of the time it gets there. You will, at some point, this will get lost. This will get mangled by the postal machine. The buyer will be dishonest and say they didn't receive the card. For that reason, I only suggest using this method on cards that are selling for $5 or less. Obviously, it's up to you to make that decision. Maybe you want it to be $7, maybe you want it to be $10. Usually, if people buy with, I offer the free shipping and ship this way. If they get up to $10, I just use padded mailer, and just maybe take a little loss, but whatever. It's not that big a deal. So, yep, I guess that's it. Again, if anybody has any other tips, things I didn't cover here, ideas, ways to make the way I deal with cards better, I am definitely all ears. I'm definitely learning so much from YouTube. I can't believe I did all this collecting for all this time without coming to YouTube, and now that I've done it, it's just like, wow, mind blown. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to quit babbling. Everybody take care, and I'll be back with my next card hack video soon.